I'm the type that will stab my boyfriend up and sit in the emergency room with him all night and take care of him when he gets released. If I were friends with this girl on Facebook, I'd send this to every guy she showed any romantic interest in. This isn't a quirk. This is proof that you're a danger to society. Yada yakking low H2Os, roller bros, and the bears alike. I'm your guide Q. Welcome back to some r/insane people Facebook. We've got some genuinely disturbing posts to go through, so let's just jump right into it. I love this guy's face so much. He's holding, okay, wait, let me just move the bear's comment real quick. He's holding like the tiniest hammer I've ever seen, and his expression, I looked up crazy guy, and I don't know if crazy is the word I would use to describe his facial expression. Let me know what you think he's thinking in the comments. I feel like he's just doing some project on like a Pinewood Derby car. Am I the only one who hates the smell of cigarette smoke? Let me tell you something. I'm still 17 and I smoke though. Do you know why? Because smokes don't lie to you like humans. Smokes don't stab you in the back. Smokes don't break your heart as many people did to me. The true loyalty comes from a smoke, because she burns for you and you die for her. Peace. Oh my god, man, that's so deep and poetic, and it's literally the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Smokes don't care about you at all. I know you're just saying, you can say this about literally any inanimate object, and it doesn't have to be one that kills you. Yo, if lesbians are born lesbians, then why do they still get their period if they weren't made for sperm? Yo, by the science, tell me what's going on here. 1 star. Car had leather seats. As a vegan, this is not acceptable. Driver did not offer seat covers, and I had to touch a dead animal's skin. Not today, Satan. Maybe if you want to be in control of the type of seats you sit on all the time, you should invest in your own vehicle. People go to the doctor because they're sick, get a diagnosis from their doctor, but they can't afford the treatment. How crazy is that? I go to a fancy store to check out a piece of furniture, can't afford it. That's totally crazy. You know, regardless of your opinions of Ben Shapiro, he seems to be a pretty logical dude. I don't see the logic here at all, though. I don't get it.
Hello, Mr. Ben Shapiro. Wouldn't it be crazy if you owned me with facts and logic?
I don't know why I just did that voice, but I was compelled to, and if you want to unsubscribe, that's okay. Christian TV host. Meatless Burgers are a satanic plot to create a race of soulless creatures. They want to change human DNA so that you can't be born again. They want to create a race of soulless creatures on this planet. Christian TV host Rick Wills. Okay, so they're gonna change human DNA so that you can't be born again. Is that in reference to reincarnation? I didn't know Christians believed in reincarnation or being a born-again Christian. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And one, I don't even know if he's talking about lab-grown meat. Lab-grown meat wouldn't have any animal existing at all. It would just be creating meat that doesn't have a soul because it's not an actual animal or whatever. I don't even know if there are souls or not, but fuck, I'm so confused right now. And if they're not talking about lab-grown meat, then there's not even an animal involved at all, so where are you getting a soul from? How to avoid triggers during 4th of July fireworks if you suffer from PTSD. Oh my god, I'm getting so tired of these liberals getting triggered. What is so offensive here? They're talking about veterans or people that have been the victims of shootings in the past. They're not talking about somebody getting triggered because you have milk instead of almond milk or something. Ugh, this one is gross. I had a girl private message me saying I post too much and that I'm ugly. So I did a little digging. She's in this group, found out she works at a spa a few hours away. Blocked her so she couldn't see this, and I made an appointment and asked for her specifically. Needless to say, she will be waxing my butthole tomorrow. Hashtag no wipe Tuesday. Hashtag call me ugly while you wax this ass. I honestly don't even know who's in the wrong here anymore. If this were an episode of Am I the Antagonist, I don't even know. It's just, I understand being mad at somebody calling you ugly, but forcing them to wax an unwashed butthole that has not been wiped. This is a post from the transformed wife on Facebook. The majority of women didn't even want to vote when a small minority were fighting for the right to vote. They were busy at home and didn't want to concern themselves with politics. They trusted the men to make the right vote for their family. I've seen a lot of stuff like this on Twitter and like Instagram and stuff of people being like, hey, repeal the 19th Amendment, and I can't tell a lot of the time if it's a meme or if people are serious, but like, personally, me and my girlfriend have pretty different political opinions, and if I had to make that decision for her, or she had to make that decision for me of who we vote for, I'm pretty sure we'd both be very unhappy. Sal Manila in Pen 15. Hi guys, I was cooking chicken last night making some chicken breasts. I spilled some soda on my pants, so I was cooking without pants on. I was moving some trays around and I accidentally dropped a chicken breast on the floor, but it hit my Pen 15 before it hit the floor. This morning my pee-pee seemed like it is inflamed and the pee hole hurts if I touch it. Is it possible that I got salmonella poisoning? You made love to those chicken breasts, didn't you? You jerked into the raw chicken, didn't you? You did. I have no words. My Little Pony debuts same-gender couple to Equestria just in time for Pride Month.
I just had a 30-minute conversation with my 7-year-old daughter about how this is wrong, and that love isn't love unless it is between a man and a woman once they're married. Relationships shouldn't even be in kids' shows, but it did get our household talking and got our Bibles open.
Can I just say that your child is already accepting the fact that ponies fall in love and get into relationships? I don't think 2 male ponies being in a relationship is too much of a stretch, but I do kind of agree with one thing, and let me know if this is completely off base or if you have a different opinion, but I kind of would argue that maybe relationships shouldn't be in kids shows. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but I just feel like a lot of the times the way that romantic storylines are depicted in television shows gives people a really warped idea of how relationships work. I feel like I would not have been as much of a nice guy TM growing up if I hadn't had so many terrible romantic storylines thrown at me from television, but maybe I was just one of those people who took television and film and applied it to real life way too much. Maybe that's my problem. So maybe taking relationships out of shows isn't the solution, but just depicting them more accurately is a better solution? Oh, look at this happy couple. Let's see, this is posted on Instagram. I wonder what the caption could possibly be. Oh no, exactly 1 year ago, my sugar daddy Brad passed away. He was 47 and died because of a heart attack and untreated diabetes. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. We had an incredibly toxic relationship, and ultimately, I wish I never met him. As horrible as he was, I'm sitting here and trying to dig up a good memory to remember him on this day. So here it is. Brad, you bought me my first pair of Louboutins, my first Birkin, and my first and only racehorse. You understood the value of my time, and for that, I honor you with my time today by making this post for you. I still don't forgive you for taking me out of the will after you attacked me while you were on Whippets. However, you knew I would always be okay, and yes, I have been living a double life this whole time with the guy you thought was my gay bodyguard, and I'm also an author and serial entrepreneur, so let's call it even. I will finally visit you one of these days. Rest in peace. P.S. Please don't haunt me again. Demanda. Her name is Demanda! This story is just so weird. I ended up looking it up because I was just purely intrigued, and apparently she found out that he had died because she was trying to go to the spa and she was waiting for the money to hit her account and it never did. And then she says, when I saw him dead, I was shocked. I didn't believe he was gone. This man, the bane of my existence, just up and died. Then she says, then I felt relieved. I knew I wouldn't have to be his entertainment anymore and I could have freedom back with my life and body. Now, I'm not saying that all sugar baby, sugar daddy situations are like this, but I feel as though this is one of the problems that can arise in a relationship like that, or a business transaction like that, is you get into the situation with a person who may or may not be a good person, and they're paying you to pretty much like be their girlfriend or whatever the heck this works as, and then that becomes your main source of income, and in order to leave that person, you pretty much have to quit your job and lose that source of revenue. I feel like this just has a way of being really dangerous, possibly. So let me know what you think. I don't think this is a very good idea. I was watching a Dr. Todd Grande video recently about sugaring and how people see it as like a safer alternative to prostitution when it really isn't, and I tend to agree with that. Hey, I just want to let you guys know that I do have merch like this design right here by Dino USB. There's actually 3 designs. They're all pretty dope. I encourage you to check them out. You can find them in the description and the comments down below. I also have a gaming channel, an Instagram, a Twitter, and a Twitch, so check those out if you're interested. They will all be in the description down below. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day. Make sure you're skating on to the best of your abilities, roller bros, drinking more water, you H2 hoes, and I'll see you very soon. Have an absolutely delightful Sal-filled evening.